Welcome, everybody, to the Mullins Over Music podcast. I'm Austin, and episode 40. I can't believe we made it this far, but here we are. This week's guest is Jasmine. You may know her from her popular alternative influencer account, xxSkeletonCandyxx, or you may know her from her up and coming music account and music, Flower Moon. Definitely check out our new song. But here's our interview together. Check it out.
Welcome, everybody, to the Mullins Over Music podcast. I'm your host, at least until the robots take over, Austin. And I have a special guest with me today. I'm going to let her introduce herself to us.
Hi, everybody. I'm Flower Moon. It's nice to be here.
It's nice to have you. Now,
Thank you for having me.
of course, we always start off the podcast with my two favorite questions. The fun fact question, because, in school, you had to do those fun facts. So
Yeah.
it was all in preparation for you coming on the podcast. You just didn't know it then. So we need a fun fact from you.
From me.
Yeah.
I was homeschooled.
There you go. Well, you didn't have very many fun fact questions then, did you?
I've also been married
Okay.
and divorced.
Same.
Hell yeah, man. Let's go.
Well, next question always has to be the funny question. Google has provided this for me on their homepage via their AI. This is probably the AI that's going to take over as host eventually. So, what is the weirdest food combination you've ever tried and actually enjoyed?
Bell peppers with cream cheese
I've always heard that was pretty good.
with everything bagel seasoning on top.
Okay. You're starting to lose me a little bit.
No, it's fire. Trust.
Okay. I'll trust you. I'll give it a try. If I try it between now and when this comes out, I'll put something at the end.
Hell yeah.
I probably won't. I'm a little lazy when it comes to making stuff like that.
Fair enough.
I'll try that. No, I won't. I'm not. So, we have to start with the origin story. You're making your superhero origin story here. You're gonna take me back as far as you can. I mean, people have taken me as far back as being in the womb. They remember that. I'm forever going to kind of shit on him for that because it's funny. But take as far back as you can to your first memories of music up to where you are now.
Okay. Well, one of my first memories of music that I can think of right off the top of my head would be watching the Professional Griefers music video by Deadmau5 featuring Gerard Way. That's like one of my first memories.
Okay.
Which I know I can probably go back further if I truly think about it, but that's one of my favorite memories to look back on because that was genuinely the moment where I was like, "Oh hell yeah, this shit is cool as fuck." Um, and then it just kind of grew from there. My mom, she was actually the person who showed me all of the music and bands that I listen to today, like My Chemical Romance and Pierce the Veil and etc. Like I know all of those bands because of her.
Okay.
Um, and listening to that music growing up, I just was so in love with it and enamored that I knew somewhere in me, I knew that that's what I wanted to do with myself. Whether it was singing or being in a band or working on production or being a lyricist, I just wanted to be involved with that world somehow.
Yeah.
But I was a little girl from Arkansas. Like bumfuck nowhere, Arkansas.
I thought that was all of Arkansas. No.
You know what? Valid. That's so valid. So, like, you know, being from Arkansas and then moving to Missouri, which isn't much of a transition, it's like, how am I actually supposed to do this? Like, no one cares about these places. And, like, it's so hard to even do that in general. Even if you live in some place as big as California, it's hard to, you know, make a career out of that or make a life out of that. And it's, like, super intimidating, too, because the competition is so fierce.
Oh yeah.
So, like, growing up, I never, like, pursued the idea of it because I knew that my mom wouldn't approve. I knew my family wouldn't really approve. I knew they would want something more serious for me, something that was going to guarantee me to, like, be financially stable and stuff like that. Also, and my mom, she's, like, a huge Christian, so, like, she was like, just do something that's, like, dedicated towards, like, the Lord's work. And I really respect that, but and for a time I did really want to be like a missionary and like travel the world and talking about the word of God. But then as I got older, when I reached like middle school, closer to high school, I started taking piano lessons, and my brothers were taking guitar lessons, and my other siblings, my younger brother and my younger sister, they were in drums. So seeing all of us in like taking music classes, it just like I guess relit that flame in me of like, oh my god, this is what I was meant to do. I know this is what I was meant to do.
Okay.
And even still, I ignored it because like I really wanted to make my family proud because we were all like super strict Christians. And I really wanted to like be the woman that my mom wanted me to be, which was like this trad housewife. Um, and I'm going to skip some personal details here because I don't want to go too in depth into that right now. But I didn't have like the greatest upbringing ever. I didn't have the greatest home life. My mom was a wonderful mom, but aside from that, there was a lot of problems that we had as a family, and we were all very split up because my parents were divorced.
Yeah.
um, and so with those problems, problems started developing in me too, like just me alone. I'm sure in my other siblings as well, but I can't really speak on their behalf.
Yeah.
But I know for me how it affected me. So I started feeling all these sorts of things, and I started falling into like this anxiety, depression rabbit hole. And then I ended up meeting this guy who would turn out to be my husband, who I'd marry. And I was, I believe, 15 at the time when I met him, and he was 21.
Okay.
So, like, it was already controversial from the start. I think I turned 16 and then we started dating after I turned 16.
Yeah.
So he was, I believe, 22, somewhere around there, and I was 16.
Okay.
So then we were dating for a while, and his family was Catholic and my family were Baptist, so that caused a lot of clash.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So much clash. And I told him that I wasn't going to convert to Catholicism or anything. I was just going to stay in my religion, and he's cool to stay in his. And that's completely chill. But then when we ended up getting engaged and actually seriously discussing what that life would look like for us, I agreed to convert to Catholicism for the marriage and for our future kids that we talked about having.
Yeah.
Because I knew it only made sense for them to grow up under one religion instead of being confused by two.
That's fair.
So I was working on getting converted, and that caused a lot of tension between me and my mom for a long time. It caused a lot of stress for a long time.
Yeah.
But then we ended up getting married, and then I moved in with him, and it was the strangest experience ever. Like, because my family is like super like don't move in with anybody unless you're married to them, and like no sex before marriage and stuff like that. So I was like, well, now I'm moving in with this guy, but we're like married now. But it's weird that I'm married now because I'm only 18.
Yeah.
And it's just like so weird that my life is here. And even in that moment when I got married and even leading up to getting married, I still could hear in like the back of my head, like, this isn't what you want right now. This isn't what you need right now. You want to do this. You want to sing. You want to play music for people. You want to do that. And if you get married, you're not going to be able to do that. And I was like, well, it's fine because I have what a bunch of other people can't have right now because the economy sucks. Like I have a house and I have a husband and I have a car and my life is like it's like awesome on the surface. And I feel like a spoiled brat if I like let that all go just for my own wants. But the marriage didn't last very long because there were already so many problems before we got married that I thought marriage would fix.
Yeah.
But then the problems just got worse while we were living together. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And I won't go into the details of what happened necessarily. It was just so messy and so bad to the point where I started developing panic attacks and I was having like mental episodes and I couldn't sleep. I was developing like really bad insomnia due to all the problems and like crippling loneliness because I moved away from my family and I was hardly ever visiting them.
Yeah.
And I was in such like my family was split again because a lot of them were upset that I converted to Catholicism. So it was just like too much for me, too many bad things at the same time that were overwhelming me. And so I finally decided to just leave. I was terrified because like all of my money went into like groceries and the wedding and stuff. So now I have no money if I leave him because I don't have a job. He didn't want me to have a job. So I was like really scared that I would have to like restart because I spent like the last 4 or 5 years of my life building to this point right here. And
Yeah.
now I'm just about to walk away from it. And that's scary.
Oh, for sure.
So one thing I did do to like try and like combat the loneliness though was I made my very first like social Instagram account. I think I made a TikTok sometime before this, but I stopped uploading on it or I stopped trying or it didn't really get anywhere. So that's when I started my account Skeleton Candy. Um and I just kind of made it out of boredom one night, but I really wanted to like meet other alternative people
Yeah.
because where I'm from, they don't exist like almost at all.
No, not in Arkansas.
Not in Arkansas or Missouri. Like the communities are so small. You
Maybe
have to
City. Maybe Kansas City.
maybe Kansas City, but I was like hours away from Kansas City.
Oh yeah, so no, definitely not.
Yeah. So I started Skeleton Candy, and then that just randomly blew up one day. And I was gonna delete it like a week after I made it. But then like a video blew up, and so I was like, oh, I'll just kind of see where this goes, see where this takes me. And it I think it gained like 50,000 followers just within like a year,
Yeah.
less than a year. And that was like crazy to me. And then shortly before it even reached 50,000 though is when I decided to leave my husband.
Yeah.
So I moved back in with my mom. And shortly after I moved back in with my mom, um, I met this guy on Instagram and he was one of my mutuals and he had been for a long time at this point. Um, and I had been following him on social media for years. Like, even before I made my own Instagram account, I had an art account on either Instagram or TikTok, and I was following him on that for like a year or two. Um, but anyway, shortly after I moved back in with my mom, we start like talking, and he's a musician out in LA. He's like a guitarist in a band. And we get along, and then he offers to fly me out there. And that would have been my first time on a plane. So he flies me out to LA, which is the craziest thing because I never thought I would ever be in LA in my life. Girl from fucking Arkansas in California. Like, that's crazy. So I go out there and he kind of shows me around, and like I meet his band, and it's like really cool. It's really dope for a while. He takes me to like these LA parties, and it was a lot of fun, and I did learn a lot of things from a lot of the people that I ran into there.
Yeah.
Um but like something still felt sort of off, and I was debating on moving there to like further like my career, like maybe start music there and like try and see what I can do with my other account, my Skeleton Candy account there, in terms of like how I can make it grow faster and bigger and what I can use to like promote on there to get me other opportunities.
Yeah, of course.
But there was something that happened between me and my boyfriend then, and I won't talk about personal details just because like they're kind of foggy, so I don't really know what's the proper thing to say because I also don't want to talk shit about people. But we ended up breaking up, and I decided that I wasn't going to move there because it was just too expensive to live there by myself, and I didn't really know anybody personally to feel comfortable living there. So then after this point, I was like super stuck. I was like, fuck, I don't know what to do with myself. I thought that like I don't know. I'm just stuck now. I don't know what to do. Cuz now I'm back in Missouri. I'm living with my mom. I can't find a full-time job to even get me by. I'm so stuck, and I'm so depressed, and I'm so sad. And it felt like everything sucked. And so much was going on that I can't even like talk about out loud because I would just cry right here if I talked about it out loud. Um but so much was just happening all at once. It got to the point where I really just didn't want to even deal with anything anymore, and I was just like done. But that's when I met, it was like I think 2 or 3 months after my breakup is when I met my boyfriend who I live with now, Tyler. Um I've been following him on social media for a while. I've been listening to his music for like 6 years. And I saw he posted something on his story one day, and it was just so out of it wasn't normal. It was something else. I could tell something was wrong.
Yeah.
So I asked him about it, and he gave me his phone number, and we called. And then we ended up talking on the phone all night. Like he was telling me about all the things going on in his life, and I told him everything that was going on in mine. And then we were just talking about random things just to keep each other on the phone longer, asking stupid questions back and forth. And then it just kind of grew from there. And it kind of like, we took things very quickly. Like, we didn't start slow. I moved in with him after like a month of talking like that over the phone.
Yeah.
But when we first started talking, I told him that I write music too, and that he was like a huge inspiration for me.
Oh, that's sweet.
And he asked me to show him some of my songs if I had any to show him. And at first I was like, hell no. Like, no. You're like, if you don't like it, that's gonna like break my heart because like I admire you so much and I admire your work so much. And like your history and your background, I respect it like madly.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, it's gonna like, I'm never gonna pick up a guitar again. But I ended up like a day later, I ended up sending him a video. I was like hovering over the send button for like 10 minutes, debating whether or not I should actually send it because I was so scared. But I ended up sending it to him. It was like a breakup song that I wrote about band dude in LA. And he was like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing. This is fire. You need to get this recorded. I will I will fly you out here and record this for you right now." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." Like it was like so surreal to hear that coming from like someone I admired for so long. It was like crazy. And then like after that we started talking every day and every night. We would fall asleep on the phone every night after that. And then one day when I'm just like filming content in my room for my account, my little sister, she comes downstairs and she's like, "Jasmine, someone got something for you." And I was like, "What?" And she hands me this giant bouquet of flowers. And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "They're from Tyler. He left you this little note too." I was like, "How the flip did he get my address? Like, I didn't give him my address." And then I found out my little brother gave some stranger on the internet my address. And I was like, "Reed." I was like, "Reed, come on." It turned out fine, but like,
Yeah, of course.
I had to have a talk with him after that. I was like, "Listen, I know this was fine this time, but like, let's not do that anymore." Um,
Things.
super careful. I mean, I had a stalker at one point. Um,
Which is insane.
oh my god, that's like a whole other story that I could go into, but it would just be so long. There's so many like little branches I could go into, but it's like, how long do I really want to keep this guy here? Because there's just so much I have to say that's happened to me just within the past year. Because all of this happened within the past year. I turned 20 this year. So everything has been happening for just like a little over a year. So it's so crazy how much has happened in that time span, that time frame. Um so anyway, after the I saw the flower bouquet, I decided to write a song. And I wrote a song about Tyler and the flower bouquet that he sent me.
Yeah.
And I showed it to him and he was like, "We have to get this song recorded immediately. Like right now. It's really good. I don't think you understand how good this song is." And so I flew out there to Virginia and we recorded the song in like 2 days. Um and that's the song that's coming out tomorrow. My Messenger Dove song.
There you go. Surprise people. Well, it'll be out by now.
But yeah, that's the first song it's the first song I'm releasing I've ever released. So it's like insane.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like insane that I'm even here at this point because I never thought I would ever actually be here because I was so convinced that like I was fine not doing it and just doing whatever everyone else wanted me to do. And now I'm here and I'm working on an album and I have my first show coming up and it's just insane.
Talk about that show for a little bit. Let's hear about it.
Um Sorry, I'm eating soup because my throat is like super sick right now.
Honestly,
But it's happening at this place called the Milk Parlor in Blacksburg, Virginia.
hey,
And
uh,
it's going to be me, Sounds Like Harmony, and the Late Fees, which is our friend's band. Um, it's going to be an entirely like acoustic pop punk and folk set, maybe with a little bit of like heavier stuff, maybe.
yeah,
But for the most part, like acoustic pop punk for all 3 sets.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's happening November 17th.
That's gonna be awesome. I'll definitely try to make it out if I can,
Hell yeah, you should.
because gotta support homies. You know how that.
Homies support homies.
Well, let's talk about your music. Let's talk in depth. Let first let's talk about the song coming out tomorrow. I mean, the song that's already out. You know, not to date the podcast. song that you already put out long ago. It feels like decades.
Yeah, I can hardly remember even releasing it.
I know. Try your best to remember, and let's talk about the specifics of the particular song.
Well, it's a song about long distance, which I know there's so many of those. But what I hear most long distance songs fail to like do is they fail to like mention like the little things that you can't get out of like phone calls or like letters. So like one of the lines in the song is like I long to see your green eyes blinking or see your chest move when you sigh. And it's like little intimate moments like that that you can't really get over the phone. And that's the things, those were the things I thought about the most being long distance and being far away. Was like, dude, I just really want to like smell you. Like, I want to know what you smell like. I want to know what it's like running my fingers through your hair. Like, I want to see all the different colors that are inside your hair that make up the head of hair that you have. And it's like, that's kind of what the song is about, is those little like intimate moments that you really can't get over the phone.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't initially even think about, like if you were in just a normal relationship. Like you don't think about those things when you're in a normal relationship because they're there.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're that far away from somebody, you have to think about those things. They're just like naturally there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, let's talk about the recording process a little bit because I'm a bit of a recording nut. So let's talk about how that went and what you did to make it a full song, a fully realized song.
um I think it was my first time, I guess, like I can't say it was definitely recording professionally because it wasn't done at a studio, but my boyfriend has been in the game so long that it felt so professional what we were doing.
Yeah.
Even though we use this monitor that I'm using right now to make this Zoom call, and it's sitting on the floor, and we have our mic right here. We have a tiny bar stool that I would sit on, and I wasn't allowed to move at all because we had to make sure the sound was the exact same throughout the whole song. So I wasn't allowed to move. And that was a little hard for me to do because like I'm kind of like antsy and I like to fidget and move.
Oh yeah, I totally get that.
It was a challenge. And another challenge in recording was I had to sing louder than when I would normally play it. And I wasn't used to singing like that before. And I didn't think that I could either. Like, I thought that my voice was at where it was at, and that was the best I could do. And Tyler was like, no, I want you to try and push yourself. And if it doesn't sound good at first, just try again and we'll just keep going. And that's what you got to do. And so I was like, okay. And he was like, don't worry about me sitting right here. You're going to have to do it 1,000 times anyway. And so
That's fair.
I tried it a couple times and he was like, see, like that was amazing. You did just fine. Like, don't overthink it. It turns out fine. And yeah, I think another hard part was recording guitar because that was my first time recording guitar in a song too.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what a click track was before recording. I'd never heard of it before. So when Tyler was like, hey, you're going to be playing to a click track, and that's really hard if you're not used to it, but if you keep at it, it's like really easy to get down pat. And so I'm like, okay, it shouldn't be that hard because it's like a metronome or whatever.
Yeah.
But then like the click track starts and I can't play it. And I'm like, dude, this is hard. Like, this is really hard. And Tyler and I kind of felt embarrassed at first. Like, I felt like I wasn't doing good enough. And Tyler was like, no, like, I struggled with it at first too. And like, he used to be semi part of the collab channel, My Digital Escape,
Yeah. Yeah.
with Johnny Gilbert and them.
Yeah.
Um, So like he's seen Johnny in the studio as well, and he was like, yeah, Johnny struggled with it at first too. Like everyone struggles with it if they're not used to it. Like don't feel embarrassed. It's totally fine. And so after a couple runs, I did get the hang of it just enough to record. Um, and the song turned out fine. Like I was surprised with how well the song turned out in such a short amount of time because it was such a new experience for me that I thought like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this a couple times and then fail, and then he's just gonna do it for me. But he was like, nope, you're gonna get this. It's gonna be you that records this, not me. It has to be you because it's your song. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And so, and it ended up turning out really good. Like he did an amazing job mastering it and mixing it all together. And he kind of showed me his process for that, and he's teaching me how to do that so that I can do that myself with my own songs, and I won't need as much help in the future. So yeah, it's been really cool.
Cool. I have a fun little tip for all the people who struggle with playing the click track. Make it as loud and annoying as possible.
Does that help?
It helps me a lot. I'm deaf in my left ear, so
Uh,
I have to make it loud and obnoxious. So it's like, and it definitely helps. I've taught kids who struggle with keeping to a metronome. As soon as it becomes loud and annoying, they definitely hear it, and
well,
it's the only
sounds
way
like
to do
good
it.
advice. Sounds like good advice.
Oh yeah. Well, now we have to talk about your influences because that's important. You got to know uh what has influenced you as an artist.
Who hasn't? I kind of like take little pieces from everything that I listen to. Um, but I think some main influences would be like Say We Can Fly. He was a huge inspiration for me. Sounds Like Harmony. To an extent, Johnny Gilbert was also an influence on me. But I just kind of liked, I really liked how emo he sang. Like, that's the best way I can think to put it.
That's the best way to put it, honestly.
Like, he's just so emo when he sings, and I love that. Um, What Sounds Like Harmony and Say We Can Fly, though, I really loved their instrumentals. I really love the guitars. I love the amount of reverb Say We Can Fly uses, and it just sounds so cool when he does it. And I love both when it comes to lyrics. I think for me, Autumn by Sounds Like Harmony was like one of my favorite songs for a long time, so it was a huge influence on the music that I wanted to make. Um, He Is We was also a big influence.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, I love them. I saw the first time I ever found He Is We, like my introduction to them was that Gravity Falls animatic that someone made.
Yep. I know.
That was my introduction, and I was sold. I was like, yep, this is it. This is my personality for the rest of my life.
I mean, great music, great TV show.
Great art. Like, it was so good.
Those AMVs, the classic AMV type thing,
Yes, they're so amazing.
needs to come back. Let's make it a thing again.
I know. Bring AMVs back.
It's gonna
Bring animated YouTubers back. That shit was fire.
Yeah. It's just not popular, I guess, anymore.
But
Brain not as popular. That's what
it was so peak. It was so
Yeah.
peak.
Still is too, whether
It's
people refuse to admit it or not.
another influence on me was Gerard Way, but like singularly Gerard Way. I do love My Chemical Romance, and I love every album they've ever put out. But Gerard Way as a person really influenced who I am today because he's not only a musician, but he's also like a comic artist. Like he writes his own comics. And
Shout out to the Umbrella Academy.
I own the Umbrella Academy, bro, and I own the I don't know what the series is called, but it's like based off of the Danger Days album with the Killjoys. I have those graphic novels as well.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love those. Um,
I'm
but
terrible with the name, so I would never remember the name to that either.
I've been calling them the Killjoy comics this whole time, and
That
people
works.
know what I'm talking about. So like, yeah, I don't want any elitists coming after me thinking like I'm this like super huge fan and don't know the name.
I'm gonna put a little like short clip there about an elitist out on it.
Put a giant poser sticker above my head.
Yeah.
Fake fan, fake fan.
But yeah, Gerard Way is pretty cool. And funny enough, that means you were inspired by 9/11. Just got it.
Yes. Yes, I was. Shout out to 9/11 in the least offensive way possible.
Shout out to a tragedy inspiring a great artist, inspiring more great artists, such as yourself.
Dude, it's so crazy thinking about how that was like the start of MCR and how it rabbit holed and other things.
Like the creation of 50 Shades of Grey. Have you seen that whole?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched this like hour-long iceberg of like MCR lore,
that
and that was when I found that out, and I was like mind blown.
it inspired Twilight, which inspired 50 Shades of Grey.
I'm so disappointed. Like if we did okay, so like I'm glad we have MCR, but if we never had MCR, we never would have had 50 Shades of Grey. And I like to think about that sometimes. Like what a peaceful world we would have lived in if 50 Shades of Grey didn't exist.
We wouldn't have such a terrible movie with Dakota Johnson.
True. But hey, Love Me Like You Do by Ellie Goulding is a fire song.
That
Not
is
gonna
a fantastic song. No.
It is a good song.
And she's just a great musician, artist, person.
I don't really listen to much else of her. I just know that one. Maybe I should branch out, and I'm willing to. But yeah, that song is peak. I think another.
Probably at a-
Sorry.
I said you've probably heard more of her songs at like Walmart or something and just not realized it.
True.
In fact, I think I heard Limp Bizkit at Walmart the other day.
Dude, no way. That's crazy.
They were playing Rollin'.
Dude, that's nuts.
I was
Even
like, I was like, what is I was like, is that Limp Bizkit?
is that my man Fred?
Fun fact, he's from Kings Mountain, North Carolina,
Dude, I did not know that. That's crazy.
which is why people hate him. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? Valid. Valid
A lot of
TV.
people don't like people from Kings Mountain, North Carolina, I find. So I can see why they would dislike him. I
Yeah.
think he's a cool dude. I like his new song, Making Love to Morgan Wallen. That's a sick song.
I haven't heard it yet.
He throws in a little tribute to Chester Bennington in there. He goes, I miss you, Chester.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're on my bass compressor. I'm like, and,
About as genuine as Fred Durst can get.
oh yeah, and the breakdown's pretty sick too. Talking about britches.
Britches.
Like that's the most Kings Mountain Southern white trash thing I've heard. Well, let's go on and let's talk about. We're gonna do a top five.
Top 5?
Do a top three. We'll do two top threes. So I want to hear your top three vocalists and your top three guitarists because you do both. I gotta hear both.
So top 3 vocalists. That's so hard.
It really is, and I did kind of put you on the spot with it.
I can do this. Freddie Mercury is up there. No specific order.
Oh yeah,
And I know that's like so cliche to say, but like I genuinely love Queen so much. Like you have amazing tracks that no one talks about, like Slightly Mad is a fire song that no one talks about. That song is so good. Love of My Life is also really good.
there's that one track I can't remember for the life of me. This is I have Spotify, so I can look these things up. It's one of my favorite Queen tracks, but I can never remember the name of it because it's always super long. Uh, you know what? I'm never gonna remember it.
I also really admire Remington Leith from Palais Royale. I
Honestly,
think
underrated.
he is underrated, and I think he has a really interesting voice. And it's very distinct, and that's really hard to find these days.
Yeah,
Um, Especially in like the rock scene, it's really hard to find anybody who sounds unique because a lot of people are really just trying to copy one another so that they blow up faster.
yeah.
Like I know a lot of people are trying to like sound like Blink 182 or they're trying to sound like Bad Omens, and it's like, yeah, this sounds cool, but it just kind of blends in with everything else, and I'm having a hard time pulling it apart. But with like Palais Royale, they are so distinct. Like not even just the vocals, but their older songs, like from the Boom Boom eras, those were such they had such a distinct sound, and it was always such an enjoyable listen, and you never knew what you were going to get next with them. And that's I fell in love with them when I saw them in concert for the first time, cuz I think it was 2015 that I saw them in concert. So it was before their big blow up, before they were like super huge. They were still just an opening band.
A decade ago.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Uh,
They were opening for Andy Black. Um,
I, honestly, might be better than the Black Veil Bride stuff.
I love the Shadow Side album. That's like one of my top 10 favorite albums. It's so good. Andy is like so talented. I loved his solo project so much.
He's on my list of podcast guests to have. Him, the dudes from Palais Royale, and Freddie Mercury's Ghost. But I'm probably not gonna get that last one.
Gotta get a Ouija board out for that one.
Right. I did find that song, by the way. It's Death on Two Legs.
Death on Two Legs.
That's my
I don't,
favorite song.
I'm not sure if I've heard it. My mom probably has, because that's like her favorite band. But so I'll ask her after this. I think I have to pick a third one. Um,
You got one more. I'm terrible with counting too, apparently,
let's see.
which is terrible as a musician.
I really like Avril Lavigne. I think Avril Lavigne has amazing vocal range, especially when she was young. Like considering the fact that she was younger when she started doing her music, and she had that vocal range being that young, nuts. That's crazy.
She's also on my podcast guest wish list. Wish list. Jesus, I can't talk today. It's been like that all day.
But
Okay.
yeah, I really love Avril Lavigne. I saw her in concert recently, and it wasn't like my favorite concert that I've ever been to, but it was insanely cool to see her like there in person and to hear her live.
How would you rate it on like 1 out of 10? 10 being the best, one being the worst.
The concert,
Yeah.
it was like a 6 or 7.
I figured you were gonna say that. I don't know why, but
6, 7,
that is not
six,
what
7.
that mean. I still don't know what that means.
Dude, I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't know either. I just keep seeing people do it, and now it's stuck in my brain.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that doesn't get it.
I
Okay.
think I'm pretty sure there is no meaning, that someone just said it one time and people thought it was funny the way they said it, and they've been just copying since then. That's my impression because I haven't heard anybody give like the actual meaning if there is one.
Like when they used to do 21
21.
or
Oh my god. I forgot about that. 21.
yeah. That popped into my head because of the way you did that.
And I think you said top 3 guitarists as well.
I did. Let's hear them.
Um,
That one's always a little harder because it depends on how you want to talk about a guitar player.
yeah, this one's so controversial because I know a lot of people hate him, but I like Steve Terryberry.
I love that dude.
I love him. He's so funny and he is so talented and he's just amazing.
I
So,
mean, he's good enough for Dragon Force to
yeah, I know, right?
so it can't.
That's got to tell you something. But yeah, I know a lot of people hate him because they think he's like super annoying,
I
but
mean,
I don't care.
on purpose.
Yeah, like I don't care. I love him. He's like iconic to me.
Oh yeah.
I also really like Sebastian Danzig from Palais Royale.
Yep.
And I'm going with Palais Royale again. And if you ask me about my top 3 drummers, I would say Emerson Barrett from Palais Royale.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to ask that then.
Yeah, because so Sebastian, and something I really like about Sebastian is that he doesn't flaunt. He is very like mysterious and like quiet, and he lets his work speak volumes.
Yeah.
I also just really like him as a person. I think he's a really good person from what I've been able to see because I don't know him personally, but from whatever I've been able to like look at outside. Like I remember that one time I think he got arrested for throwing a cup at a car because the guy tried hitting this dog on purpose. So Sebastian threw a cup at his car for trying to hit the dog. And I was like, "Hell yeah, Sebastian. Do your thing, man.
For real.
Icon."
Oh yeah. For sure.
And for number 3, hmm, I
Jake.
would have to say my boyfriend. Like,
That's
I
fair.
think he's amazing. And because he was telling me about like his how he started playing, and it sounded very similar to what I experienced when I started, which was like you start for a little while, but then you're like, oh, this is so hard, and then you give up, and then you start again, and then you give up, and then you start, and then you make yourself do it, and you don't stop this time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it was like for him. And he's been teaching me how to play. Like, so I started learning before I met him, and I wasn't really progressing as fast as I wanted to, and I knew I could do more, but I just didn't know how because I didn't have a teacher.
Yeah.
And YouTube can only take you so far.
It can take you pretty far.
Yeah, it can, but I'm a girl. I'm
Fair
just
enough.
a girl. I'm
Dude,
just a girl.
just a girl.
Um, but he did teach me a lot of the things that I was struggling with because I did go on YouTube and try to find out like things I was stuck on, like bar chords, for example. I couldn't figure out bar chords for the life of me.
You're
They
not.
pissed me off.
That's for sure. A lot of
They,
people do parkour.
dude, and I was just watching people's videos on it, and they're like, just do this. And I'm like, I am doing that. What else do I do? And I guess I just need someone physically there showing me how to do it, or else I'm not going to get it.
That's fair.
Because whenever he showed me, it was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. It all clicks now. And I think it's because he was there in person showing me how to do it.
Yeah. Speaking of guitars, you have to. We like to do a little section called Gear Talk, Great Talk. So I have to ask about your guitars.
None of them are mine. They're all my boyfriend's.
You know what? That's fair.
I have one guitar, but I gave it to my little sister when I moved to Virginia as a parting gift because she started learning how to play guitar.
You see, that's even better than getting a specific about a gear. That's really sweet.
And my mom sent me a video of my sister playing like a week or two ago, and she has progressed way faster than I did. And she's 14, and she's already so good at it, and she can sing too. So it's like, bro, not long before you beat me at my own game. Like you're gonna beat me to it.
Kids. That's all I have to say. Kids.
She is so talented. Like my little sister, as weird as it sounds, I look up to her so much because she is just so talented. Like I have a lot of jewelry that she has made me, like handmade, like beaded jewelry or just necklaces or earrings that she's made for me. She writes songs, she sews, she draws. She's like insanely talented. She taught me how to roller skate when she was 12.
That's actually pretty sick. I still don't know how to do that.
Yeah, she taught me how to do that.
I know how to bust my face on the floor. Does that count?
You know, it's something. It's
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Baby steps.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about your upcoming show. How did it come together? Tell us a little bit maybe about the other people playing and more details. Details. I gotta have them all.
So, me and Tyler went. We go to this bar every day called the Milk Parlor, and we just. I'll get like a Red Bull. He'll get a beer, and then we'll play darts until I have to go to work. So we'll play darts for like an hour and a half.
That sounds like fun.
It's great, and we became really good friends with the bartender there. Um,
Your
her name is Margot, and we were asking her one day. We were like, "What's the process of getting a show booked here? Like, what's that like?" And she gave us like the contact information, and so we contacted the owner, and I think she got back to us within the next couple of days, and she was like, "Yeah, I love your stuff. You guys can play here."
That's
And so that's how that started. As for everyone who's gonna be performing there besides me, my boyfriend Tyler, his artist name is Sounds Like Harmony.
yeah.
So he'll be performing. And I'm not exactly sure what all he will be playing. I know he's going to be playing a lot off of his. I know he's going to be playing some off of his Planet Earth albums,
Okay.
and then maybe a couple of his like more iconic songs like Wonderland or Fireworks.
Yeah.
And then the late fees is his friend's band, his friend's artist name, and he is insanely talented as well. Like he can pick up an instrument like that. It's crazy, and he also has amazing vocals. And he sounds like his music. It sounds just like it belongs in like the early 2000s skater era
Yeah.
of like Blink 182 and Goldfinger or whatever, like the 90s, early 2000s.
Belongs on that Tony Hawk.
Yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater type shit. It was so, but I think we just recently got him on the lineup because initially it was just going to be us two.
Yeah.
But then he was like, "Hey, you should join in with us," and he was like, "Yeah, it sounds fun." So now it's going to be all three of us.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for that.
Well, that sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I should be up that way. I'll probably be up that way that week, to be honest with you.
Hell yeah, man! In person interview. In person interview.
I have always wanted to do that. It's not been done yet, so we're gonna have to do that.
This is your chance, man. This is your chance.
Exactly. Now, what's next on our list here? Oh, this is my favorite part. We're gonna make a dream festival. So this used to be um one of my favorite podcasts, the Downbeat podcast. It used to be his. It's mine now. He can't say anything about it. That's so sad. He doesn't do it anymore. So I'm gonna walk you through it, and the idea is that um it'll be your festival, and you're playing at it, obviously. And I'm gonna have you kind of build the festival. We'll do location, we'll do catering, and all that stuff.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll walk you through it. And of course, we got to start. Where's it gonna be? Where's your dream festival? Oh, you have to play it too. That's the only other stipulation.
Dream festival location. Well, I feel like I should say somewhere where I'm from to not disappoint, the homies. So I feel like a music festival in St. Louis would be fine
Yeah.
because I don't know, those areas, those states, they don't get a lot of attention as is, especially Arkansas or Missouri. Like no one really thinks about them.
No, not really.
So I think like having a music festival there would really bring people in.
I like that idea. Well, we have to talk about the second most important thing on this list. What's the accommodations going to be like? Where are you going to stay? You going to stay in a nice 5-star hotel? Are we roughing it up with the homeless on the streets? In camping? Are we hanging upside down like a bat in Dracula's castle? We got to know.
um, Sleeping on rafts right on the Mississippi River, right next to the arch.
Sounds sick.
Like on a boat. Everyone sleeps on a boat that takes you to the festival.
I like it. Great idea. And then, of course, besides the bands, that's like third or fourth most important thing. What is the catering gonna be like? What are we gonna have for food? That's important. People get hungry.
That is important. Well, if it's in St. Louis, then like butter bars are like a necessity, and like toasted ravioli and shit. That stuff's necessity.
Okay.
So whatever restaurants are most famous for serving those. I'm not really from Missouri, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, Monster. I know that's not a food, but like a shit ton of Monster. I'm not a fan of Liquid Death. I am not a fan of Liquid Death. I am a huge fan of Monster. So Monster,
Water, by the way.
toasted ravioli, fucking. Can I also say like food that doesn't like actually like
Yeah.
chains that don't actually exist?
Yeah, you can say whatever food. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
cool. Uh,
This is a dream festival. It's
then PJ's PB and J's from Good Luck Charlie. Having his food truck there would be killer.
you know what? I'm surprised that never became a real thing, to be honest.
I know, right? I know. So that and then like the Krusty Krab.
You know, we still don't know what those patties are made out of.
It's fine.
Probably.
It's probably a good thing we don't really know.
That is true. I did read this comic though that turned out it was part of Patrick's leg got cut off, which is like a normal common occurrence. They lose a lot of limbs, but Mr. Krabs took that and has been cutting slices off because it regenerates to make the patties, and then Patrick eats an undercooked patty and goes crazy because he realizes the truth, and there's this like giant kaiju battle and stuff. It's
Dude, that's insane.
if I can remember what it's called, I'll send it over to you to read. It's a fun short little read.
Hell yeah, I have to check it out.
Now we have to ask, what time are you gonna play? You know, what would be your preferred slot in the lineup?
Mm, I wouldn't want it to start too late at night. I would say starts around 12
Okay,
in the afternoon, and then it ends at around like 2 a.m., midnight to 2 a.m.
that makes sense to me.
I'm thinking about what I would realistically want to do going to a festival. I'd be down to go to a festival at noon and then stay until 1 in the morning.
Oh, absolutely. Now, what's your time slot for you playing? Because remember, you're playing.
Um, I would probably, well, let's say like I was like super big and I would drag in a lot of people to my festival. Um, I would probably play like in the middle, like in between afternoon and midnight. Maybe I would even have two sets. Um, One in the day and then one at night.
I do like that idea. You could do like an acoustic set and like a full band set if you want, or however you want.
Yeah, mix it up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now we have to add in the rest of the bands. Give me a couple headliners, a couple medium bands, give me a couple like small local bands that in your area that you think would be good to open the festival.
So for five like headliners, I would choose
Just a few. You don't have to have five exactly. That's just
Yeah.
what I kept throwing up for some reason.
I would choose. Try to think who like complements the vibe of my music and like what goes good together. Um, I would choose He Is We,
Good choice.
Owl City,
He's
We
making
the Kings, and Cape Town.
good choices. Now, let's lock in some of those middle bands. Give us a couple of those.
Um, Middle bands.
Like, they're not mid tier, as in, like, they're not as good, but they're, like, not as.
Not as well known.
Yeah.
Um, Sounds Like Harmony.
Okay.
Um, Never Shout Never.
Okay.
Panic at the Disco, but in like when Ryan Ross was still there.
They are back together, though, by the way.
Yeah, I saw they played at When We Were Young Fest.
They played I Write Sins Not Tragedy twice. Whatever
Well,
for them, I guess. People like it enough
yeah.
to do it twice, so can't complain, I guess.
And then, well, I guess Panic at the Disco would sort of be like a headliner. Um,
No, they can be either or at this point. Take it or leave it. Whatever.
yeah. Um, Radio Go Go. Wait, no. What's their name? Play Radio Play. I think their name is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think their name is that. So I also have them there. And then for like smaller, more local bands, I would have Anna Smirk.
Okay.
She's from, I believe she's from Australia. I saw her in concert because she came to my old town.
Yeah.
Um, Greg Laszlo.
Okay.
I guess he's a little bit more up there, but Greg Laszlo. I would have Radical Face there too.
Good choice.
Um, oh, and Samuel Nelson.
There you go. Good.
That's my friend's little brother. He makes music and he's like phenomenal. Like he's so good at it.
This is a good festival lineup. I like it.
Thank you.
Well, now we're getting to the end. So I have to ask you, we got to have the plugs. Where can they find you? We have to have the shout out the peoples that you want to shout out. And then I'll give you the last question.
If people want to find me, uh, I thought we were talking about the concert thing still, so I was a little lost.
Oh, we're talking about you. My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
We
So like I'm on Instagram. You can either follow xxSkeletonCandy, that's my main account, or you can follow Flower Moon Music, that's my music account where all my updates are posted about songs and releases and shows. I have a business email, which I'm sure I can give to him, and you could like paste it on the screen.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I do have a business email.
I don't remember that either. It's okay.
What was the next thing?
It was just all your plugs and then shout outs.
Shout outs. Shout out to my little brother Reed. He's like the coolest person I know. Shout out to Sounds Like Harmony for being able to make my dream come true of being a musician. I would not be here without him. Shout out to all of my friends in St. Genevieve and in the Missouri area of any sorts. Ella, Emma, Ulrich, Casper. I miss all of you guys. But it's going to be cool because next time you see me, I might be performing a show there. So
there you go. These are good shout outs, good plugs. And then our last question. Well, I guess there's only one option at the moment. But what song of yours do you want to have as the outro? I'll ask it anyways.
The Messenger Dove.
There you go. We'll
I'll
have.
make sure to send it to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
I like to think we have fun here on the podcast.
Yeah, it was great. This is my first time doing something like this. It was awesome.
It won't be the last, I'm sure. Well, again, thank you so much, and
Thank you for having me.
see you all next time.
Yeah, bye.
You won't catch me. No, you won't catch me smiling.
This has been Mullins Over Music Podcast, episode 40, with your host, producer, and editor, me. Special thanks to guest Jasmine, aka Flower Moon or Skeleton Candy. The song title for the closing track is The Messenger Dove by Flower Moon. Check out The Messenger Dove on wherever you listen to music. Also check out Jasmine at Flower Moon Music and at xxSkeletonCandyxx for her cool social media content and whenever she drops new music stuff. Thanks, Jasmine, for being awesome and shifting the time to record the podcast. You're amazing. Special thanks to viewers like you. Thank you, and until next time.
I wanna feel your warmth, not just hear it. Baby, tell me it won't be long. You won't catch me. No, you won't catch me. I long to see your green eyes blink and see your chest move when you sigh. Hear you breathing while you're singing. Watch your footsteps sync with mine. Laugh into the dead of night or kiss me softly when I cry. Dancing and tripping on our feet. Oh, I don't care as long as you're with me.